Happy Thursday, dog lovers. It's Tiara with Tiara Speaks Dog. And today I'm joined by Felicity, the feral palm, and Mocha Loca, the porty. Seeing these two dogs together really got me thinking about a topic that doesn't get discussed nearly enough when people are choosing a dog: predictability. Felicity and Mocha represent two very different paths to dog ownership. Felicity literally ran into my life from an unknown background. Mocha came from a reputable breeder who carefully selected her parents and could provide a reasonable prediction of what she would be like as she matured. Neither dog is better than the other. They simply represent different levels of predictability. Many of my clients have heard Felicity's story, but for those who haven't, here's the short version. One afternoon, I ordered a Lyft to go thrifting. While waiting outside of my apartment, I noticed a man across the street carrying what looked like a furry black purse. Then he set it on the ground. It wasn't a purse, it was a tiny black dog. The man walked away back into the building, never to return, and the little dog, in a panic, ran across the street, narrowly avoiding traffic, and headed towards a woman who looked absolutely terrified of her. Without thinking, I crossed the street and called to her, "Come." To my surprise, she ran right to me. When I brought her home, she was underweight, missing patches of fur, and smelled strongly of urine and feces. Her coat was damaged and her skin was in rough condition. So I cleaned her up, gave her a fresh start, and waited to see who she really was. Over the following months, I discovered that Felicity was an exceptional little dog. She excelled at obedience. She loved trick training. She liked agility. She took naturally to nose work. And then, most importantly, she was eager to learn and eager to work with people. Literally like a dog trainer's dream, right? And that's the kind of dog that many owners dream about when they adopt. And that's exactly why I consider myself lucky, because not every adoption story unfolds that way. Now, before anybody misinterprets what I'm saying, let me be clear. I'm not anti adoption. Some of the best dogs I've ever worked with were adopted. Millions of dogs are successfully adopted every year and become incredible companions. The point of this episode isn't to tell people to adopt or shop. The point is to help people understand predictability. So here's the framework I want you to remember: predictability equals genetics plus early experiences plus training. These are the three pillars that shape the dog standing in front of you. Genetics influence things like temperament, energy level, confidence, resilience, and sociability. I remember Mocha's parents were saying that the breeder told them that she would not be mentally mature until she was about 3 or 4 years old. Early experiences influence how a dog learns to view the world. Training influences how that dog learns to navigate life moving forward. Now, let's compare Felicity and Mocha again. With Mocha, her family knew far more from the beginning. From the beginning, they knew her age. I don't know how old Felicity truly is. They knew her breed. I know that Felicity is a Pomeranian of sorts. They knew her parents, and they knew the breeder's goals for the breed. And they had a reasonable idea of what traits she was likely to adopt as she matured. A reputable breeder can tell you what to expect before a puppy ever goes home because they know the lineage and the puppy's early development. With Felicity, I knew almost nothing. I didn't know her genetics, although, again, I could tell that she was a Pomeranian. I didn't know her developmental history. I didn't know what experiences shaped her before she crossed the street and ran into my life. The only pillar I had direct influence over was training. Fortunately, everything worked out beautifully. It could have gone so much differently. And that's the part that people don't think about. I think of adoption and purchasing from a breeder the same way I think about buying a used car versus ordering a new one. And my mental already goes to that scene where Charlie Brown adopts Snoopy, and then Lionel, I think it was Lionel, told him that Snoopy was brought back to the farm from another owner. And it was like, "You got a used dog, Charlie Brown." Sorry, not to get off topic. Um, either either way could work out wonderfully. The difference is how much information you have going in. When people adopt a dog, they often imagine hikes and restaurant patios, family gatherings, and easy neighborhood walks. Sometimes that's exactly what they get. Other times, they discover their new dog struggles with strangers, loud noises, handling, other dogs, separation anxiety. Now, that doesn't make the dog bad. It simply means the dog arrived with a story that started before they met you. And that story matters. This is why I encourage people to think carefully about their goals before bringing home a dog. Do you want a family companion, a hiking partner, a sport prospect, a service dog? Do you have young children? The more specific your goals become, the more important predictability becomes. Regardless of whether you adopt or purchase from a breeder, I strongly recommend involving a trainer early in the process, not after problems appear, before. A good trainer can help evaluate dogs, identify red flags, assess temperament, and improve your chances of finding a dog that fits your lifestyle. At the end of the day, every dog costs something: time, money, patience, training. The difference is whether you're investing in predictability on the front end or problem solving on the back end. Neither path is wrong, they're simply different. Felicity is proof that incredible dogs can come from unknown beginnings. Mocha is proof that thoughtful breeding can stack the deck in your favor. Neither dog is better. They simply arrived through different paths. And that's really the lesson. The goal isn't to tell people whether to adopt or shop. The goal is to help people match the right dog to the right home. As for me, one random afternoon while waiting for a lift, a little black dog ran across the street and completely changed my life. And for that, I'll always be grateful. This has been Tiara Speaks Dog. It is actually about, 10:30 here in Hyattsville, Maryland. And Felicity's sitting up here staring at me like, "Why are you talking to the computer at this hour, Tiara? It is time to go night night." And I agree with her. I am going to put the microphone away and we are going to enjoy a nice sleep.